The battlefield was silent, smoke rose in the distance. The ground was broken, ships were burning. Metal was twisted like paper, bodies of soldiers. Both human and alien were left behind. The war had passed here, but its shadow still lived. In the middle of this ruined land lay an alien. He was once a commander. Feared across many star systems, he was tall, his body covered in dark armor, but now his armor was cracked. His body broken, he could not move. He could not even lift his hand, his legs were useless. His spine destroyed, he was paralyzed. Trapped inside his own body, his eyes were still alive. They moved, they watched, they remembered. The galaxy once trembled when he spoke. Now the galaxy had left him to die. Even his own people had abandoned him. For them, weakness was shame. For them, mercy was a disease, so they walked away, leaving their commander alone in the dirt. Around him, scavenger drones crawled. They picked broken ships, searching for parts. Sometimes they came close to him, their red eyes scanning, but they never touched him. They knew he was alive, but worthless. A broken machine in the middle of other broken machines. The alien thought of his past. He remembered standing tall. He remembered giving orders. He remembered when soldiers obeyed him without question. Now, he had nothing. No army, no power, no hope, only silence, pain, and the slow crawl of death. He wondered if this was justice. The galaxy called him a monster. He had destroyed cities, he had burned colonies. He had killed without mercy. Now he felt the same cold mercy the galaxy once begged for. None. The sun above the battlefield was fading. Shadows grew long. The alien closed his eyes. Maybe this was the end. Maybe he would die here, nameless, forgotten. His mind drifted between hate and regret, between pride and despair. Then he heard something. Not the sound of drones, not the wind, it was different. It was steady, heavy, human footsteps. The alien's eyes opened. He listened carefully. The sound came closer. Step by step, his heart weak but still alive, began to race. Who was it? Another scavenger? An enemy soldier? Or death itself, walking with boots on the dirt? Dust moved. A shadow grew longer, and then he saw it. A figure walking through smoke, carrying a rifle, wearing the armor of humanity. A human soldier, one of the same kind who had fought against him, one of the same kind who had cursed his name. The alien felt a strange mix of anger and fear. He was helpless, and the human was armed. This could only end one way. He expected the soldier to lift the weapon and fire. He expected the soldier to end him here, quick, clean, simple. But the soldier did not fire, the soldier stopped. The soldier looked down at the broken alien. For a moment, time froze. Alien eyes met human eyes, silent. Unspoken words passed between them. The alien tried to speak, his mouth opened, but only a weak sound came out. The human soldier raised the rifle halfway, then lowered it again. Something flickered in the soldier's eyes. Not hate, not rage, something else. The alien felt confusion. Why hesitate? Why waste time? Why not finish it? The soldier stepped closer. The alien could see his face now. Young, tired, dirt on his skin. But in his eyes there was something strange. Something the alien had never seen on a battlefield. Mercy, the soldier whispered. It was not loud. But the alien heard every word. No one deserves to die like this. The alien's mind froze. He had heard many words in war. Orders, threats, screams, prayers. But never those words not directed at him. He was the enemy, the monster, the one no one would save. Yet here was a human soldier speaking mercy. The alien's chest burned with a strange feeling. Not pain, not anger, something he could not name. He did not know if it was weakness, or hope, or shame, but it shook him, it tore through his pride. It made him feel more alive than he had in many years. The soldier knelt down. Close enough to touch him, the alien felt small. For the first time in his life, he was not feared. He was pitied, and that somehow was more powerful than fear. The human soldier put the rifle on his back and reached toward the alien. The alien's mind screamed, "Why? Why would a human do this?" What did he want? Was this a trick? But the soldier's hand was steady, not cruel, not violent, gentle. The alien realized something then. The galaxy had left him to die. But this human, this enemy, was choosing something else, something unthinkable, something dangerous. Mercy, and that choice would change everything. The battlefield was still quiet. Ash floated like black snow. The alien lay broken, unable to move. But now beside him stood a human soldier. A man who should have been his killer. Yet the man did not shoot. He only looked. The human's armor was scratched and dirty, the sign of long fighting. His helmet was gone. His face was young but tired, eyes sharp yet heavy with pain. He had seen death, he had carried loss, but his eyes carried something else too, something the alien did not expect. The alien waited for the shot. His body weak, his pride even weaker. He thought the human would raise the weapon and end it, but instead the human crouched down, close enough that the alien could see the scars on his hands, close enough to hear his breathing, slow, steady, but heavy with thought. The soldier's voice came low, quiet, but firm. No one deserves to die alone. The words struck like a blade. They were not orders, they were not curses. They were not the voice of war, they were something else. The alien did not know how to answer. Even if his voice had been strong, he would not have known what to say. The human placed the rifle on his back, and instead of finishing the alien, he reached out his hand. The alien's eyes narrowed. Why? Why would he risk it? Helping him meant danger. Helping him meant disobedience. Helping him meant betraying his own kind. The soldier did not care. He slid his arms under the alien's heavy body. The alien felt shame at first. He had once been carried by his army as a victor. Now he was carried by his enemy like a wounded child. Every step the human took was slow. The alien was heavy, but the soldier refused to stop. In the distance, radios crackled. Voices from other humans. Report soldier status. Area is clear, moving back. Then another voice, sharp, angry. Do not touch that thing, leave it. Do you copy? The soldier froze for a moment. He looked down at the alien in his arms. Then he looked at the sky. He pressed the radio. Static filled the silence, but he gave no answer. He shut it off. The alien's eyes widened. This was no small act. The soldier was now against his own orders. He had chosen silence, he had chosen mercy, and for some reason, he had chosen the alien, step by step. The soldier carried him across broken metal and stone. The alien could hear the soldier's heartbeat, fast but steady, not the heartbeat of fear, the heartbeat of will. The alien thought of striking, of biting, of fighting, but he could not move, and even if he could, something inside him told him not to. When they reached the soldier's small transport ship, the hatch creaked open. Inside was nothing grand, just a single chair, some supplies, a damaged engine that hissed when powered on. It was not a warship, it was barely alive. Like the alien himself, the soldier placed the alien on the floor. He removed pieces of broken armor. He checked the wounds with careful hands. The alien expected cruelty, but the soldier's touch was careful, not kind, not soft, but careful, enough to show he was not saving him by mistake. He was saving him on purpose, the alien managed to whisper, his voice weak, broken. Why human? The soldier did not answer at once. He stared for a long time, as if even he was asking himself the same question. Finally, he said, because someone has to choose different. The alien felt anger rise. Was this pity? Was this weakness? Did the human think he was some animal to protect? But deep under the anger was something else, a small spark, a dangerous spark. Hope. Outside, the comms buzzed again. Soldier, respond. Did you secure the sector? Soldier, do you hear me? The soldier looked at the radio. He thought for a moment. Then he smashed it against the wall. Pieces fell to the floor. There would be no going back. The alien's people would kill him for being weak. The human's people would kill the soldier for betrayal. Both sides would see this as madness, and maybe it was madness. But as the ship's engine groaned awake and the battlefield grew smaller behind them, the alien knew one truth. He had been left to die, but one man had carried him. One man had chosen mercy, and that choice was now carrying them both into the unknown. The alien closed his eyes. He wanted to hate this human. He wanted to spit at him, but he could not. The soldier had given him something his own people never gave him. Value. And deep inside, the alien felt something heavy. Not pain, not pride, but a question. A question that burned stronger than the wounds in his body. What kind of species chooses mercy over victory? The answer would come, but not today, for now. The broken alien and the human soldier flew together into the dark, not as enemies, not as allies, but as something far more dangerous. A beginning. The transport ship shook as it left the broken battlefield behind. The engine groaned, sparks flashed from damaged wires. It was a miracle the ship could even fly inside. The human soldier sat in the pilot chair. His eyes focused on the blinking screens, his hands steady on the controls, and on the cold floor behind him lay the alien, silent, weak, and heavy with thoughts. The alien watched the soldier. He could not understand him. This man had risked everything, his career, his life. His people's trust for what? For a broken enemy commander who could not even walk? It made no sense, it felt like madness, and yet, here he was alive not by the will of his own kind, not by the mercy of his empire, but by the choice of one human. The alien tried to speak, his throat burned, his voice cracked. You betray your people. The soldier did not look back. His eyes stayed on the stars. I did not betray them, he said softly. I betrayed their hate. The words were strange, simple but heavy. They echoed in the alien's mind like a drum. The ship rattled as it broke through the thin atmosphere. The stars opened wide, endless, cold, and watching. The alien felt small in that moment. Not the monster he had been called. Not the commander who once ruled fleets, just one broken life carried away by fate. Alarms beeped. The soldier cursed under his breath. Fuel was low, hull was cracked. If another fleet found them now, neither human nor alien, they would be finished. The alien listened, and for the first time, he realized his survival depended not on himself, but on this single human, this strange soldier who chose mercy. The soldier stood. He walked back to the alien. He knelt down, checked the wounds, pulled a small kit from his belt. His hands worked quickly, patching, cleaning, wrapping. The alien flinched, his pride screamed. He had never been touched like this, not by an enemy, not with care. Every move felt like an insult and a gift at once, the alien whispered. Why save me, when your people will hate you? The soldier's eyes met his. For a long moment there was silence. Then the soldier said, Because someone must break the chain. The alien frowned. What chain? The soldier tightened the bandage. The chain of killing. The chain of revenge. If no one breaks it, it will never end. The alien laughed weakly. A bitter, broken laugh. You think mercy will change the galaxy? The soldier looked away, his jaw tight, his voice calm. No, but maybe it will change one life. The alien had no answer. His mind turned silent because deep inside, a piece of him wondered, could that be true? Suddenly, the comms crackled. A voice broke through the static. Unit 7 report. We have detected your beacon. Return to base immediately. The soldier's eyes froze on the screen. He had forgotten to shut off one beacon. Now his people were tracking him. The alien watched his face, saw the storm of thought behind his eyes. The soldier shut the comms quickly, but the damage was done. They would come, and they would not accept what he had done. The alien whispered, They will kill you. They will kill us both. The soldier did not deny it. He only said, Then I must fly faster. The ship pushed harder. Engines screaming, stars streaked like silver lines. But the alien knew. The humans would not stop, they would hunt, because mercy was not allowed, not for him, not for the monster who had burned their colonies. The soldier's radio blinked again, this time another voice. You have something with you, don't you? We saw the scanners, you're carrying an enemy. The soldier did not reply, the alien waited. Would he admit it? Would he surrender? But instead, the soldier's voice came strong. You saw nothing. And he cut the signal. The alien stared, in his heart something cracked. This human was not just saving him. He was defying his own kind, and he was doing it without fear. The alien felt a strange warmth in his chest. It was not pride, it was not anger. It was something he had not known for a long time. Trust, fragile, trembling, but real. The soldier looked back at him. You're not safe yet, he said. Not from them, not from your own, but as long as I breathe, you will not die here. The alien closed his eyes. He wanted to deny it. He wanted to spit. He wanted to laugh, but instead he whispered, Foolish human. Yet his heart did not believe the words. The ship flew deeper into the stars. A fragile escape, a fragile trust. Two lives tied together by one impossible choice, and somewhere in the dark, the galaxy began to whisper of betrayal, of madness, of mercy. The ship floated through the silent dark. Its engine hummed low. Metal groaned with every shift inside. Two enemies shared the same air. A human soldier at the controls, and a paralyzed alien commander lying in the shadows. The alien could not sleep. His body refused rest. Pain crawled in every nerve, but more painful than his wounds were his thoughts. For the first time he was not feared. For the first time he was not obeyed. For the first time he was alive only because his enemy chose it. The human worked quietly, checking fuel, checking maps. He spoke nothing, yet the silence between them was heavy. The alien stared at him and finally whispered, "Why do you not ask who I am?" The human turned slightly, his face tired, his eyes steady. "I know who you are," he said. "You're the warlord they told us about. The monster who burned colonies. The one we were ordered to fear." His voice was calm, not hateful, as if he was speaking of a storm. Dangerous, yes, but no longer powerful. The alien felt the words cut. He remembered the fear he once inspired. Now even his enemy said it without fear, like speaking of something that had already died. The alien's chest tightened, his pride begged him to roar, but his broken body allowed only a whisper. "They call me a monster," he said slowly, "but they do not tell you why." The human looked at him, waiting, listening. The alien closed his eyes, and the past rose before him. "I was not born with war in my blood," his voice was weak, yet steady. "I was born on a world of light. Blue skies, rivers of crystal, fields that glowed in the night. I had a family, I had dreams, I was not meant to be this." The soldier leaned forward, his hand resting near the alien's shoulder. He did not interrupt. The alien continued, "My people are proud. They teach strength above all, weakness is forbidden. Mercy is shame. When I was young, I watched my father refuse mercy to a fallen rival, and he was praised for it. They told me this was honor. They told me this was the only way." His eyes grew dark. "Then the war came. The galaxy pushed against us. We pushed back harder. I rose through the ranks. Not because I was the strongest, but because I was the most ruthless. I gave no mercy. And my people loved me for it." He coughed, his body trembling. The soldier reached for water, held it near his lips. The alien drank slowly. His pride hated needing help, but his voice needed it. "I became what they wanted," he whispered. "A blade without feeling. A commander without weakness, but every night, I remembered the faces of those we burned. I told myself it was survival, but inside I knew it was fear. Fear of being weak, fear of being cast aside." The human's eyes softened. He could see it. The monster was not only a killer, he was also a prisoner of his own people. The alien's voice cracked. "And when I was broken on that battlefield, when I could not move, do you know what my people did? They left not the enemy, my own. They left me because I was weak. To them, death is better than weakness, so they left their commander like garbage in the dirt." The silence that followed was heavy. The soldier looked at him, not as an enemy, but as something else, a man shaped by cruelty, then abandoned by it. The soldier spoke softly. "Your people feared weakness, my people fear mercy. Maybe both fears are the same chain." The alien stared at him. For a moment he wanted to argue, to spit, to curse, but his heart was tired of lies, and the human's words felt true. The same chain, different names, different worlds, but the same prison, the alien whispered. "You risk everything for me, but why? I have killed your kind, I have destroyed your homes, why save me?" The soldier's face was unreadable. He stared at the stars beyond the glass, then said, "Because mercy is not weakness. It is the only thing that makes us different from the dark." The alien felt the words cut deep. Not like a blade, but like light breaking into a cave. Something inside him shifted. Something he had buried under years of war. It was small, it was fragile, but it was alive hope. He turned his head, his eyes heavy, his voice almost gone. "Foolish human," he whispered again. But this time the words did not hold hate. They held something else, respect outside the ship. Space stretched endless, but inside, two enemies sat in silence, one carrying wounds of the body, the other carrying wounds of the soul, bound together by mercy, and by secrets that were no longer hidden. The small ship drifted through the endless dark. Engines humming low, fuel burning too fast inside. The human soldier checked the screens, his eyes scanning for signals, but the galaxy was wide, and he knew it was only a matter of time. Someone would come, someone would find them. The alien lay near the back, still weak, still broken, but no longer silent. He watched the soldier move with steady focus, every button pressed with care, every glance sharp and alert. The alien spoke, voice low, "They will come for you." The soldier did not look back. "I know," he answered, "they will come for you too." Moments later, the alarms began. The ship shook. Screens flashed red. The radar screamed with new signals. Fast ships, many ships, closing in from behind. The soldier cursed under his breath. "They found us." The alien's eyes narrowed. Symbols lit on the screen. Human ships, not alien. His voice was bitter. "Your people." The soldier's jaw tightened. They're not here to save me. The comms crackled alive. Unit 7, this is command. You are ordered to stop your vessel. You are carrying an enemy prisoner. Power down immediately or be destroyed. The soldier's hands gripped the controls. His heart pounded. He looked at the broken alien, then back at the stars. He pressed the comms button. His voice was sharp. This prisoner is alive because I chose it. If you want to kill him, you'll have to kill me too. Static filled the silence. Then another voice came, colder. You are guilty of treason. Surrender now. The alien stared at the human. This was madness. The soldier had just turned his own people into enemies, the alien whispered. Foolish. You will die for me. The soldier did not answer. His hands moved fast. Pushing the ship harder, engines screamed. The stars stretched into silver lines, but the hunters followed. Laser fire cut the dark. Red beams flashing past the hull. The ship shook. Panels sparked, alarms howled. The alien felt the ship's body groan under the pressure. He whispered, You cannot outrun them, they are faster. They are stronger. The soldier's voice was iron. Then I'll outthink them. He pulled the ship toward an asteroid field. Massive rocks floating silent in the void. Shadows turning, spinning. Danger in every corner. The alien's eyes widened. You're insane, the soldier pushed forward. Maybe, he said. But they won't follow close. The chase became chaos. Rocks smashed against rocks, the small ship twisted. Sliding through narrow gaps, engines flared. Metal scraped stone behind them. Human warships tried to follow. Some slowed, some pulled back. One was not lucky. A massive rock crushed it. Silent fire bloomed in the dark. The alien watched with awe. The soldier's hands danced over the controls. Every turn sharp, every risk deadly. But he never stopped, the alien whispered. You fly like a beast with nothing to lose, the soldier answered. Because I already lost everything. For a moment, the alien said nothing. But deep inside he felt something strange. Admiration not for the mercy, not for the kindness, but for the raw will of this human. He fought not with armies, but with stubborn fire in his heart. Another blast shook the ship. Hull cracked, alarms screamed louder. Fuel dropped lower and lower. The soldier cursed. They'll burn me out before I escape. The alien struggled. His voice weak but firm. Then use me. The soldier turned. Eyes fierce. What do you mean? The alien coughed, his voice heavy. I still have codes. I still know their patterns. You saved me. Now I save us. The soldier hesitated. Could he trust him? This was the same alien who once burned colonies. The same alien who was feared by all. But the soldier looked at his eyes and he saw no trick. Only truth, broken truth, but truth. He handed the console closer. The alien's weak fingers tapped slowly. Symbols appeared, a code, a path. The chasing ships faltered. Their weapons froze, their formation broke. The alien's voice was low. I once commanded them, I know how they think. Now it is turned against them. The soldier's eyes lit with hope. He pulled the ship through one last narrow gap. The hunters fell behind. Some lost, some shattered, and then silence. Only the hum of the ship remained. Only the stars stretched endless again. The alien sank back, his strength gone, his chest heavy. You see, human, I am not only a monster. The soldier looked at him, and for the first time he nodded. I see, but the alien knew. This was only the beginning. Because both sides now hunted them. Humans for betrayal, aliens for weakness. No place in the galaxy was safe. Only this fragile bond. Only this dangerous trust. And in the silent dark, the chase was far from over. The ship limped through the dark. Engines burned low, fuel almost gone inside. Sparks flickered from broken panels. The human soldier's face was pale, his hands steady but his eyes heavy. Beside him, the alien commander lay weak. His body still broken, but his mind sharper than before. For a moment there was peace. The chase had ended. The hunters had fallen behind. But peace in war is never real. It is only silence before the next storm. That storm came quickly. A flash of light filled the glass. A massive shadow blocked the stars. Human warships, dozens of them, their weapons already locked. The soldier cursed. He tried to turn, but the ship was too slow, too damaged. A voice crackled through the comms. Unit 7, you are surrounded. Power down and prepare to be boarded. The soldier's jaw tightened. He looked back at the alien, then at the endless guns outside. He could fight, but it would be suicide. His hands fell slowly from the controls. The ship powered down, engines silent, lights dim. They were caught, The hatch burst open, heavy boots stormed in. Humans in black armor filled the cabin. Their rifles raised, their voices sharp. "Step away from the prisoner!" The soldier lifted his hands. He did not resist, but his eyes stayed calm. The alien watched, silent, powerless. He had expected this. But a strange weight pressed his chest. It was not fear of death, it was fear for the soldier. The soldiers dragged the alien out, they chained his arms. Though he could not move, they mocked him. "Look at the great warlord now. Nothing but broken meat," they kicked him. Spat at him, laughed at his weakness. The alien felt shame burn inside. But what burned hotter was confusion. For the first time he saw mercy turned inside out. It was not his enemies who mocked him. It was his own rescuers' people, the same ones who preached honor. The same ones who saw themselves as righteous. The human soldier shouted, "Enough!" His voice cut through the room. The guards turned, their rifles aimed at him. One spoke coldly. "You brought him here. You broke your orders. You betrayed your own. Do not speak of honor," but the soldier did not step back. He stood taller, his eyes burning. "He is not just an enemy," he said. "He is someone. He is alive. And I will not let you treat him like trash." The alien's eyes widened. His breath caught. No one had ever spoken for him before. Not his own kind, not his soldiers, not anyone, but this human, this foolish, stubborn human, spoke as if his life had value. The guards shoved the soldier, pinned him to the wall. "You will be tried for treason," they hissed. But the soldier kept his eyes locked on the alien. And in that look, the alien saw truth, not strategy, not pity, truth. The alien whispered, "Why fight for me?" The soldier's voice was steady. "Because mercy means nothing. If it stops when it's hard." The words sank deep, deeper than chains, deeper than wounds. The alien felt his chest ache, not from pain, but from something he had forgotten long ago. Respect, but the human soldiers were not moved. They dragged the rescuer away, chained him beside the alien. Now both were prisoners, now both were condemned. Hours passed in the cold cell. The alien spoke quietly. "You could have lived." "If you had left me," the soldier answered. "I would not call that living." The alien closed his eyes. The words would not leave his mind. Mercy means nothing. If it stops when it's hard. The hatch opened again. A high officer stepped inside. His armor polished, his eyes sharp. He looked at the alien with disgust and at the soldier with fury. "You risked lives for this beast," he said. "Do you not see what he is? He is death. He is your enemy." The soldier's voice cut back. "No," he said, "he was my enemy, now he is my test. And I will not fail it." The officer's face twisted, he raised his hand. "Then both of you will die." The alien's heart pounded. But not from fear of death, he had faced death many times. This was different. He looked at the human, and for the first time he felt anger not for his enemy, but for the ones who could not see, the ones who could not understand. The alien whispered, "Human, if we die, know this, I will not forget you." The soldier gave a small nod. And in that moment, two prisoners, once enemies, were bound not by chains but by truth. The officer raised his weapon, but before the shot could fall, an alarm screamed across the ship. Red lights flashed, voices shouted, "Enemy fleet incoming! Alien vessels on intercept course." The officer froze. The ship shook under distant fire. The galaxy had come to claim them, and in the chaos, the fate of both man and alien would soon be decided. The prison ship shook as alarms screamed. Red lights painted the steel walls. The human soldier and the alien commander were chained in the cell. Guards ran down the hall shouting orders outside. The stars burned with fire. An alien fleet had arrived. The alien's heart pounded. He knew those ships, he knew their shapes. They were his people. The very empire that had abandoned him. The same empire that now came not to save but to destroy. To erase the shame of leaving their commander alive. The human soldier pulled at his chains. His wrists bled, but his voice was steady. "They're here to kill us both." The alien's eyes narrowed. "You still call them enemies?" The soldier looked at him. "I call anyone an enemy who cannot see worth in life." The ship rocked hard. Explosions echoed. The officer who had condemned them stormed in. His face pale with fear, he shouted at the guards, "Move the prisoner now. The aliens want him dead. We will give them what they came for." The alien's chest burned. So this was his worth, not as a commander. Not as a man, but as bait, as a target to hand over. He laughed weakly, bitter. "My own people call me weak. Your people call me a beast. Perhaps death is simpler." The soldier snapped his chains loose against the wall. Metal bent under his rage. He staggered forward. Blood on his arms, fire in his eyes. He shouted at the officer, "You call him a monster, but you become one when you do this. If we destroy everything we fear, what does that make us?" The officer raised his weapon. "Stand down, soldier." But before he could fire, the ship rocked again. A blast tore through the side. Smoke filled the cell. Screams echoed through the halls. In the chaos, the alien's mind sharpened. He knew these attack patterns. He knew this fleet, every shot, every angle. They were not random. They were his people's standard strikes. And he alone could predict the next move. He turned to the soldier. "Unchain me," he said. The soldier stared. "You can't fight? You can't walk." The alien's eyes burned. "I cannot fight, but I can think. I can stop them." The soldier's hands tore at the locks. Chains fell away. The alien crawled to the console, his fingers shaking, every move heavy with pain. But his mind clear, he entered codes. Commands only he would know. He broadcasted across the void. "This is Commander Vaynar," he growled, his voice raw but strong, to the fleet outside. "Stand down. I am alive. I am not your shame. But your warning, if you fire on me." The alien fleet froze. The attack stopped for the first time. Silence filled the stars again. On the comms, voices whispered. Confusion spread. They had abandoned him. But now he spoke as if risen from the grave. The human officer stared in disbelief. Why help us? Why save this ship when they came to erase you?" The alien turned his head slowly. His eyes locked on the soldier beside him. And he spoke. "Because mercy was shown to me. And mercy is stronger than fear." The soldier's chest tightened. The alien had taken his words and made them his own, but not all obeyed. One alien warship broke formation. It fired again. A blazing shot aimed to kill. The prison ship's defenses were gone. Death came fast. The alien slammed his hand on the console. Redirecting emergency shields, the blast hit, the ship shook. Panels burst into fire, but the shield held barely. The alien coughed blood. The effort drained what little was left of him. The soldier caught him as he fell. The alien whispered, "I was a monster, but you showed me I could be more." The soldier's grip was firm. "You are more," he said, "because you chose mercy." Outside, the alien fleet pulled back. They did not fire again. Some feared, some doubted, but all of them carried the image of their commander alive, not as a warlord, not as a monster, but as someone who stood beside a human, someone who chose mercy. The prison ship limped through the smoke, both humans and aliens on board stunned by what had happened. The galaxy would whisper of it. Of the day when a feared commander lived because of one soldier. Of the day when mercy defied two empires. In the quiet aftermath, the alien rested against the soldier, his voice weak but calm. "The galaxy will not forgive me." The soldier shook his head. "Then we'll give it no choice." The alien closed his eyes for the first time in his life. He did not feel shame, he did not feel fear. He felt free. And the soldier, the man who carried mercy into war, knew this was only the beginning, because mercy, once chosen, does not end with two lives. It spreads, it changes. It breaks the chain, and in that moment the galaxy had changed forever.